berserk. Go berserk. Hyped up on adrenaline. Feeling like a kid again. But then again, it's a win-win.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 22 in season number 3 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Rays Dies and Tubing 400. Thank you to Cameron Gaji for the name of that race, for the name of this race I should say. I will link his channel in the description for you guys to go check out. We are racing here at the Brickyard, the oldest super speedway in the world, I'm pretty sure. Indianapolis Motor Speedway on Labor Day. That's a really good time for them to have a race here in Indianapolis. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the NHRA, National Hot Rod Association, has their Labor Day event at Indianapolis as well. I think it's at the IRP racetrack, the drag strip over there, and not here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Of course, I don't think there's a drag strip here at the Brickyard, but I think there's one at IRP. And they usually have, I think, I could be wrong, but I think they have their U.S. Nationals there on Labor Day weekend. So it kind of fits well that here on Labor Day we have the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at Indianapolis. A good place to have a race on Labor Day. Anyway, let's get to the starting lineup. Stuart Gratton in the 55 starts on the pole. Alongside him, it's Eric Almenhart, Cody Hagan, Daytona 500 champion, Jesse Turner, the Season 2 champion, Austin Spencer, Tristan Walker, Adam Brown, Zachary Fitzwater, Aaron Walpole, who won the last race here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, Tyler Myers, Garrett Sinor, Jack Morris, Cameron Gaju, Abe Troxel, Dean Wickard, Garrett Pick, Matt Dalio, Caleb Hoffman, Jacob Reed, Biff Crafton, Justine Terrace, Raja Caruth, Jared Holmes, Nick Pericles, Max Neuwirth, Trey Bartow, Ryder Barnes, Riley White, Tristan Allen, Richard Schaffner, Kevin Gandara, Michael James, Nicholas Amadeo, Aaron Smith, Gabriel Marcio, Dejon Weeks, Christian Master, Annie Thomas, Cameron Garlington, Elijah Gordon, Tyler Selsman, and Nathan Norman. The full field starting here today at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Rays Dies and Tubing 400. So a 24-lap event here at the Brickyard, and it should be a fantastic one here today. As Stuart Gratton, a guy who has not won since race 9 of Season 1 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, one of the longest losing streaks here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He's going to try to break that here today as he starts on pole at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And Jesse Turner, the past champion, needs a win if he wants to make it into the chase. We only have 3 races left to go until the chase comes. And Turner is definitely one of those guys who would love to get a win and get into the chase for season number 3 so he can defend his title. But anyway, Stuart Gratton, a guy who really wants to get a win, especially because it's been a very long time since he's won a race. As a matter of fact, I think it's been... Okay, never mind. Green flag to Indianapolis. Stuart Gratton leads them to the green flag. Eric Almenhart trying to work the outside, but the inside will get the advantage through the corners most of the day, and Stuart Gratton takes the lead, coming out of turn 1. Cody Hagan with a run, though, in the number 10, as they head down the backstretch. I was about to say, it has been, let's see, it was 16 races, plus 26 races, this plus 21 races. That's 56 wins. 56 races without a win, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong about that. No, I'm not. Yeah, it's been... No, I'm wrong about that. I'm really wrong about that. Anyway, Stuart Gratton still out front. He's going to lead the first lap of action here today. Let me think of my math here. It's 16 plus 26. That is 30... No, that's 42. 42 plus 21... is 63. It has been 63 races in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series since Stuart Gratton has won. There we go. I figured it out. Oh, hard in the wall! Somebody! I can't see a thing! It's Max Neuwirth, Trey Bartow, Tristan Allen. And the first caution of the race has come out. Tristan Walker trying to get second from Hagan as they race back to the line. Stuart Gratton in the 55. He's going to stay out front. He's going to win the race to the line. Hard crash for Max Neuwirth. Riley White coming in at turn number 2. Riley White here. He tried to dip underneath for the 25, but Allen was there, and they just forced it 3 wide and hard into the wall. Neuwirth had a bit of a wall ride there. Those 3 cars massively torn up. Trey Barta might have gotten some damage from that as well. This is going into turn 3. You see Neuwirth here in the 23 gets clipped and hard into the wall. He goes on a wall ride for him. I think the rest of the guys stopped, so it's only those 3 cars that were involved in that crash, fortunately. Tristan Allen, all 3 of those guys are in needs of wins if they want to make the chase, and they all 3 had a hard crash. They're not going to win here. You see Neuwirth, the past Rookie of the Year, has had a very, very struggling season in that number 23. We're going to go on board with him here. Coming at a turn number 2. It was not that good for Max Neuwirth. We'll see what it felt like for the past Rookie of the Year. Got clipped and hard into the wall he went. And you see the 2 there, Tristan Allen spin. And behind him, got Riley White involved as well. Anyways, that is our first caution of the race. Stuart Gratton in the 55. As I said, a 63 race losing streak. He's trying to break that here today at Indianapolis. He has a pretty good shot. He is currently the leader. And he won the race back to the line. Make sure nothing else happened. And it does appear that nothing else did happen, which is a good thing. But now we're going to see if some guys take some strategy here and come in early. So we're going to go ahead and just accelerate to that point. So we'll see if anybody comes in here. So it's Stuart Gratton, Tristan Walker, Cody Hagan, Adam Brown, Garrett Zenor. And Garrett Zenor, he won here in Indianapolis last season. So a defending champion here in Indianapolis. Looking to get it done here today. Cody Hagan will stay out, so will Dean Wickard. Does appear that Austin Spencer, Biff Crafton, Jared Holmes, Zachary Fitzwater, Jack Morris, Ryder Barnes, Jacob Reed, and Nicholas Amadeo will all stay out. So since they are not all coming in, well, we should still follow and see who wins the race off of the pit road. Let's see, Stuart Gratton here in the 55. We'll go to the spectator cam to see who wins the race off of the pit road here. And Stuart Gratton, since he won the pole, he has the final pit stall on the... Whoa! Collision! That's Almenhart and Tristan Walker. Tristan Walker will win the race off of the pit road. Gratton's going to be second. Sidnor will be third. Traxel will be fourth. And Turner will be fifth off of the pit lane. But the leader will be the Daytona 500 champion, Cody Hagan. And we'll see what he does on the restart here in the Rays Dies and Tubing 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Back here at the Brickyard in the Rays Dies and Tubing 400, Cody Hagan is the leader, followed by Dean Wickard, Austin Spencer, Biff Crafton, and Jared Holmes, the top 5. The only driver in the top 5 who has not won yet this season is Biff Crafton in the 47. He would love to get a win. We also have Zachary Fitzwater, Jack Morris. They both need wins if they want to make it into the chase. And so does Ryder Barnes and Jacob Reed. Nicholas Amadeo has won so far this season. Here we go. Daytona 500 champion is going to take us to the green flag here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the first restart of the day. Spencer underneath of Wickard for second. Austin Spencer won at Phoenix. Phoenix is a flat track. It has some similar properties here to this track here in Indianapolis. Spencer, a one-time winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, but a 7-time winner on Napa Fan. Tied most all-time on Napa Fan, I should say, with Caleb Hoffman and Max Neuwirth. Spencer trying to get his 8th career Napa Fan win. If he did that, that would break the tie between Hoffman and Neuwirth, and Spencer would be the all-time winningest driver on Napa Fan. Usually what we see here is we see some guys come in. If they stay out, they come in shortly after the restart. That's usually what happens when we come here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Haven't come in yet, but they might come in soon. Anyways, for the lead, Austin Spencer on Cody Hagan for first place. The 22 has a fast car here today. Here comes Biff Crafton, a guy in need of a win if he wants to make the chase. And that 47 is going to jump to second place as Spencer opened the hole for him underneath of Hagan. as they head down the backstretch. Austin Spencer trying to pull away from Biff Crafton, but here you do not pull away. You do get a pretty good draft down the straightaways, and it's hard to pull away from a driver when you can get a good draft. Here comes Jared Holmes on Cody Hagan. Now Jack Morris on Cody Hagan. Ryder Barnes, Zachary Fitzwater in line to pass the 10. Hagan falling back. And the GoDaddy number 10 machine, Austin Spencer, still out front. Let's check in on the guys who came into the pit road. The highest of those guys is Garrett Sonor, trying to defend his Indianapolis win. He won here last season when it was the Crown Royal 400. So he definitely knows how to get it done at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He already has a win this season, but he'd love to get another one and grab some momentum before heading into the chase. It's definitely what he'd like to get. He really hasn't had much success this season, with the exception of that win. He won at Las Vegas earlier this season. Biff Crafton starting to close in on Austin Spencer. And we could possibly see this 47 peak underneath of the 22 here, heading into turn 1. It's possible. You can tell these guys get drafts down these long straightaways. Not as long as Pocono, but they are still very long. Biff Crafton, he's got a run on Spencer, trying to peek underneath of him. And it does appear that he's going to get a run underneath of our leader. They're side by side for the lead down the backstretch. Biff Crafton in the 47 has not won a Chick-fil-A Cup Series race since race number 20, I'm pretty sure, of season 1. That would be a 52 race losing streak in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for Biff Crafton. He did, in fact, though, win a special event, technically, in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. That was the part-time shootout in Season 2, but he has not won an official points race since race 20 of Season 1, and that is a 52 race losing streak for the number 47 of Biff Crafton. But he's out front right now, and he led lap number 10 of this race. This race is a very short race. It's only 24 laps long. 400 miles, shortened to 15% of the length. Jared Holmes has gotten by Austin Spencer for second place. Cody Hagan starting to move his way back up here in the raised eyes and tubing 400. Does appear that tires, well, if they did take tires, they might not have taken tires, so that might be why they're not kind of catching up to these guys. But the thing is, you see guys like Dalio. I'm pretty sure Dalio came in. So from Dalio on down, all these guys are good to go a little farther than the guys in front of them. And speaking of which, here come our leaders. Biff Crafton coming in. The lead is going to go to the 27 of Jared Holmes. And when we cross the line next time by, we'll already be halfway through this race. And past couple of seasons, at least last season, I think this race was sort of a crash fest. I'm not entirely sure. But when we have a caution, it takes out a lot of racing here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But fortunately, we've only had one caution in this race, so that's a good thing. 4 guys are still yet to come in. Jacob Reed, Nicholas Amadio, Ryder Barnes, and Jared Holmes. The lead will eventually go to the 17 of Matt Dalio, but he's going to go 3 wide for a position. Nope, he's going to let the 48 kind of go by him. He knows he needs to come in. Actually, it does appear that Walker's going to come in. So I think all these guys are going to have to come in at some point. Lead is going to go side by side between Dalio and Barnes. And Ryder Barnes wins the race to the line. And he's in a great position to make this race on one stop. If this thing does happen to go green the whole way through, he might be in the catbird seat to win this thing. Maybe. We see Dalio, we see Grattan, we see Adam Brown running 4th. We haven't seen anything of Adam Brown since he won in Atlanta in race 2 of the season. And Nick Pericles running in 5th place. You see Biff Crafton getting lapped. He came in to the pit road in 1st place. He's going to have to try to make up a whole lap on these guys, as these guys are going to have to come in here shortly. You see Ryder Barnes. It does appear that the 11 is going to come in. The 17 is going to come in, and that is going to give the lead to the 31 of Nick Pericles. So these pit stops are taking a little while to do. And I think a lot of these guys are definitely going to make it on one stop. You know, for guys like Pericles and Grattan and Brown, one more stop and they're good to go, I think, to the end. You see some other guys coming out on the racetrack. 47 is pulled away from our leaders. And here comes Stuart Gratton underneath Nick Pericles for the lead. Now Gratton, our pole sitter, has moved his way back out front in this 55. Adam Brown in the 42 right behind the 55 at the moment. We see our last winner here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, Aaron Walpole, who won at Pocono, moving his way up. Does appear that he's going to come in along with Adam Brown and Stuart Gratton, and Pericles coming in as well. And this is going to complete the cycle, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. Yeah, might be... can't tell. Those guys were on lap 14. The rest of these guys here on lap 13. No, not all of them. Oh, wait, they just crossed the line. Duh. I'm kind of stupid. So right now, Biff Crafton would be in the position to win this thing if he can come out in front of the guys who just came in. It'll be 10 laps to go when we cross the line next time by. This thing is a really short race here at Indianapolis. We'll see if Biff Crafton's able to stay or get past our leaders. He has Jared Holmes right behind him, and that is definitely not what the 47 wants to see. But I know for sure that this guy wants to get a win. 52 races without a win. One of the longest losing streaks of guys who have won. Actually, he has one of the longest losing streaks in general, because all the guys who have been in the series since Season 1 have won races. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the longest losing streak of active drivers is Stuart Gratton at 63 races. But Biff Crafton is up there as well on this 47. Oh, Matt Dallio with a problem. Oh, no caution is out, so... interesting. Something happened on the pit road, I think. We have a few cars with damage. Anyway, I do not see guys like Stuart Gratton and... oh, yeah, those guys who stayed out a long time... they fell back, and the lead has gone to Biff Crafton in the 47, but he is under fire from rookie Jared Holmes. Jared Holmes won at Talladega earlier this season. He is trying to become the first rookie ever to win at Indianapolis. We'll see what he can do. Biff Crafton, though, trying to break a 53-52 race losing streak. Aaron Walpole just broke the record losing streak. That was at 70... oh boy. What was 26? 26 was 52. And up to that point, it was a 76 race losing streak for Aaron Walpole. But he finally got a win on Friday at Pocono. Stuart Gratton right now holds the record, the active record, at 63 races. Biff Crafton is a 52 race losing streak for him. But he's going to lose a position to Jared Holmes. Jared Holmes gets by him down the front stretch. But Crafton is not done yet. He can definitely get a draft down this backstretch here. Nobody else is in contention to get this win, I don't think. You see the 56, or the 46 of Jacob Reed here running third. He's a long ways behind our leader. Long ways. So it is definitely a two-car race for the win. And Biff Crafton wants this more than anybody right now. The 27 of Jared Holmes is going to lead this lap, but Biff Crafton is not too far behind at all. He might be bump drafting that 27. There he goes. The 47 of Biff Crafton underneath of Jared Holmes, heading into turn 1 for the lead. And Biff Crafton pulls out to a huge lead now. That's the same exact thing that happened to Crafton the lap before. And Jared Holmes is now in the position to get a draft down the backstretch, but he's not going to close in like Crafton in the lap before. And Crafton, I know, of all these guys who have a shot at winning this race, well, there's only two of them, he wants to get the win more than Jared Holmes. Jared Holmes is already in the chase for Season 3. He won at Talladega earlier this season. Biff Crafton, as I said earlier, a 52-race losing streak in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. That is 2 full seasons when we had those 26-race seasons. So that's 2 full, shorter seasons that we've had. That's quite a bit. It is 6 laps to go here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for Biff Crafton in the 47. Jacob Reed had to come onto the pit road. We might possibly be starting pit stops. Once again, it is possible that these guys are going to have to come in another time. We will see, and if this does happen, remember how long it took for those guys to cycle through. We could have somebody stay out the whole way. Biff Crafton is staying out. Will anybody behind him come in? Doesn't appear. It might be just Jacob Reed having a problem. It could be strategy. I'm not 100% sure. It could be strategy. It could be Jacob Reed trying to short pit to get his way up front. But he has fallen back a ton in that 46, and nobody else is coming in. I'm not 100% sure if these guys are going to have to come in again or not. But we'll have to see. Jared Holmes right on the back bumper of Biff Crafton with 5 to go at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In the Rays Dies and Tubing 400, that 27 is coming really close to getting by this 47. Great race for the lead between a veteran and a rookie. They're going to be side by side, coming to the line with 4 laps to go. Nope, they're not going to be side by side. Crafton with a great run on the outside. 4 to go here at Indianapolis. Nobody else is coming in, so it does appear that we're going to make it to the end without having another set of pit stops. But then again, you never know. Biff Crafton trying to break a 52-race losing streak in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. If I'm not mistaken, that is the second longest active losing streak, only behind Stuart Gratton. That's among active drivers. Jared Holmes is coming ridiculously close to getting by this 47, but he's not able to do it quite yet. He might get a good run this time. No, I don't think he will. Crafton is working the outside very well, so he can get a good run off the corner, and that helps avoid Jared Holmes to get alongside him. Because if Jared Holmes has that inside lane heading in the turn number 1, Holmes is definitely going to take the lead with no contest. Biff Crafton is doing all he can to hold off this 27. And the caution is out! This is the race back to the line. This will end the race. Biff Crafton trying to win here in Indianapolis. Jared Holmes has got a shot, but he might not do it. I don't think he will quite yet. 1 more corner to go, and it will end the race because we are coming to the line under caution. It'll only be 2 laps to go. We're not going to be able to get back to green. Biff Crafton will win the Rays Dies and Tubing 400 in Indianapolis. He is in the chase for season number 3 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We will see what happens. Some guys were coming into the pit road while all that was happening, so that is a big break for Biff Crafton. We'll have to see, though, if he comes in. So I might be wrong about him winning, but it does appear Fitzwater with damage in the number 9. This happened down the front stretch. No, it did not happen down the front stretch. It happened in turn 4. Oh, long one. Justine Terrace got into the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater comes down the racetrack, hits the wall, and infamous coming back into the racetrack into Almenart, Selzman, and Schaffner. Fortunately, that was all who was involved. So a 4-car incident. Technically a 5-car incident if you want to count Justine Terrace there, but the 15, a Rookie of the Year contender, clips the 9. The 9 goes around into the wall, comes back onto the racetrack. That is not the first time we've seen that here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but we usually get huge crashes when that happens. Fortunately, we were kind of spread out there when it happened, and only 4 guys were involved. That included part-time driver Richard Schaffner, Tyler Selzman, and Rookie of the Year contender Eric Almenhart. And this was the race back to the line. Biff Crafton was able to hold off the 27 of Jared Holmes. Jared Holmes kind of went wide in turn 4, and that allowed Biff Crafton to win the race back to the line. As long as he doesn't have to come in for fuel, he will be the winner of the Rays Dies and Tubing 400 here at Indianapolis. What a great job by Biff Crafton. After a 52-race losing streak, he is probably going to be back in victory lane, and that will move him into the chase for the second time in his career. He made the chase in Season 1, And if he can pull off this win, he will be in the chase for season number 3. But we did see some guys coming into the pit road there. I'm not sure if they're going to have to come in or not. And, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Crafton has to come in. Oh no, he cannot make it on fuel. That gives the lead to Jared Holmes in the number 27. Oh my goodness gracious. That is, nobody else came in with the 47 either. Everybody is passing the 40. Well, not everybody. A few guys in the back coming in. Oh my, that is huge. Jared Holmes in the number 27 is going to steal one. Unbelievable. This is not the first time we have seen this. When Trey Barta won at Pocono in Season 1, Blaine Keys was the leader. It was expected he was going to win the race, but he had to come in even though they weren't going to get back to green flag racing. Right now, second place is Nicholas Samadillo, so if the 27 has to come in, it might give it to Samadillo. But the 27 is not going to come in. What a heartbreaker for Biff Crafton. I called him the winner, and it turns out he is not going to be the winner because he could not make it on fuel. So just like that, Jared Holmes is going to grab his second win of the season, and it comes at the Brickyard. How about that? That is a tough one. I mean, that is a heartbreaker for Biff Crafton. It does appear he's going to finish in 25th. We'll see here. Yeah, 25th place for Biff Crafton. Jared Holmes, the winner of the Raised Dies and Tubing 400. What a shock. I did not expect that to happen at all. But it happened. And Jared Holmes has won at Indianapolis. I will first off like to apologize to Biff Crafton. If you are seeing this and you saw that you were going to win and you didn't win, I am very sorry. That was a heartbreaker for you. Biff Crafton, he still has 2 more shots, but it's looking very dim for that 4017. Jared Holmes wins it in Indianapolis. After a remarkable turn of events in the next to last lap, Biff Crafton had to come in for fuel. At the end, he could not make it on fuel to finish out 2 caution laps. And the 27 of Jared Holmes is going to steal the victory here in the Raised Dies and Tubing 400. We'll take a look at the rest of the results here. And definitely very satisfied with the way this race went. Very satisfied. A very entertaining one here today. Kind of wish that Biff Crafton could have gotten the win there. Like to see those guys who've been in this series for a long time get those wins. Crafton, one of those guys, you know, who was really good in Season 1, but he really hasn't shown much success since. As I said, he had a 52 race losing streak. It's now a 53 race losing streak for that number 4017. Well, for Biff Crafton, actually, not for the 4017. The 4017 is actually longer. But anyway, the 27 of Jared Holmes is the winner of the Raised Dies and Tubing 400. That's going to allow there to be at least 4 drivers, I think, that make the chase on points alone. So Biff Crafton, as long as he's, gets a couple solid finishes, he might be able to stretch it and make it into the chase. But we're going to have to see. We have the race in Michigan tomorrow, and then we have the really long Walmart 500 in Nashville. That's always a really long race, and it definitely tests your ability to drive a race car. One of the longest races of the year to end out the regular season. And it's going to be very interesting to see who can make the chase for Season 3 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Jared Holmes on winning the Raised Dies and Tubing 400. And that is it for me. So thank you guys very much for watching again, and I will see you guys later.